Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking about expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards in this video, which in this day and age can mean honestly about anything. Field spells that your deck needs 3 of, hand traps with 4 heads the size of Texas, even a younger Dark Magician girl when she was a mere apprentice. When I say expensive, I'm talking about all-timers here. Cards so expensive that they make the 2008 days of $300 Heraclinos and 270 buck Dark Arms look like cheap cards by comparison. Now, since there is no official way to gauge the price of a Yu-Gi-Oh card outside of what people are willing to spend, I'll primarily be using that as a resource, and I'll only be covering cards that I can confirm are 100% real. So as much as I wanted it on here, the Armor Blue Eyes White Dragon won't be making an appearance because with the research I did, I couldn't find any concrete evidence that that card actually exists. So if you thought that Yu-Gi-Oh was by far the most expensive trading card game, sit back because you ain't seen nothing yet. Without further ado, this is the top 10 most expensive Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time, the Yu-Gi-Oh hierarchy. Number 10, first release Japanese Dark Magician Girl promo, estimated value $1,100 to $6,000. Let's start things off with a card that wasn't that much of a shock to me. The Yu-Gi-Oh community has always kind of been infatuated with this little lady ever since she was used by Yami as his trump card in defeating Arcana in the original Duel Monsters anime. When she was released as a secret rare Magician's Force in the TCG, she was easily the most expensive card in the set, despite being what I'm gonna call barely playable. So when she was released in 1999 as a promo for special tournament participant and winners, it was no shock that fans in the land of the rising sun were willing to break open the bank to get a copy of her. Number 9, ultra rare Chinese Blue Eyes White Dragon, estimated value $1,300 to $3,900. Once again, we go back to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters anime. It was a huge success, selling over 40 million manga worldwide, and Blue Eyes was and continues to be one of the most iconic and most recognizable cards in the game's history. It's kind of understandable that this card would fetch a high price as a collector's item because, I mean, who really would have thought that Yu-Gi-Oh would have lasted 20 years? Number 8, Shonen Jump Championship Des Volstgalph, estimated value $2,000. You can expect a lot of TCG Shonen Jump promos on this list, especially ones from GX when Upper Deck was only known to print about 20 copies of each card. Des Volstgalph isn't a very good card. In fact, it's arguably the worst Shonen Jump promo ever, but it's super rare and collectors love these types of cards. Add that to the fact that it was just as difficult to obtain in Europe as it was in the TCG over here in the States. In 2005, it was a Pharaoh's Tour promotional card, which took place in 5 countries, and only the winner took home a copy of this bad boy. Easy to see why the price is so high. Number 7, Shonen Jump Championship Gold Sarcophagus, estimated value $2,200. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh, chances are you have at least one super rare copy of Sarco sitting in a trade binder collecting dust somewhere. But just so you know, the first printings were treated like royalty. Following Crush Card Virus was an incredibly tough act to follow, and ironically, a few who could actually snag one of the 25 copies of the Shonen Jump version usually used it competitively to search Crush Card Virus. If Gold Sarco had actually been deemed broken, it could have easily warranted a higher price. Number 6, Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Ultra Rare Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn, estimated value $2,300. Oh man, Lightsworn players rejoiced ever so much when they heard that they were going to get a new Xyz monster that would take the archetype to new heights, but they soon turned that into furious rage when they learned that it was going to be a YCS promo card, not just because she would be near impossible for the average player to obtain, but also because most versions wanted to run her in multiples. To Konami's credit, this card was printed in a super rare version, which was in fact quite cheaper, but you still had to spend over $1,000 easily to obtain one of those too. Number 5, Shonen Jump Championship Crush Card Virus, estimated value $2,500. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first truly meta-breaking promo given out the winners and runner-ups at Shonen Jump Championship events. Cyber-Stein would have qualified, but during its run, a lot of the amazing machine monsters of GX had yet to be released. Crush Card was an entirely different animal, and during the days of GX and 5Ds, it literally destroyed every deck that wasn't designed to survive it. I even remember specifically Cedric Sequoia saying that he won Shonen Jump Orlando in 2008 because he either drew Crush Card Virus every game or he searched it from Gold Sarcophagus. And just a little fun fact, Cedric Sequoia was only one of 4 players who actually owned Gold Sarcophagus at the time, so obviously having Crush Card and Gold Sarc, he had a huge advantage over the field. Number 4, Shonen Jump Championship Cyber-Stein, estimated value $3,400. Prior to its 2005 printing as a rare and dark beginning, Stein was incredibly difficult to get as it was a championship prize card, and there was so much hype around this card. The hype made the price absurd, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was the first ever Shonen Jump prize card. A card of this caliber was basically unheard of in the TCG at the time, and there was even a charity auction where the first ever copy was auctioned off at a staggering $23,000 on eBay, but the reason that I didn't list this higher is because it's widely known that that sale fell through. Number 3, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship, Skuna the Leonine Rakan, estimated value $4,500 to $6,000. World Championship cards are almost impossible to get a hold of. There are only 6 known copies of this in the free world, and a few of them have actually appeared on the open market. They've actually gone for a whopping $6 grand a piece. That is pretty damn remarkable. A copy actually was just listed on eBay last year in the United States with a asking price of about $4,500. It's truly a one-of-a-kind card, and it comes at a one-of-a-kind price. Number 2, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship, Armament of the Lethal Lords, estimated value $9,000. The World Championship cards are honestly kind of strange. They have insane asking prices and values, but their only market really is just the collectors. If you are unaware, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship cards are not legal for sanctioned competitive play in any region, and to make things worse, they basically all have the same effect, so you're essentially paying a bunch of money because the card is super rare or because you really like the artwork. And don't get me wrong, Armament's artwork is definitely nice, but that lovely artwork set one lucky buyer back $9,000. Honorable mentions include Chinese Dark Magician, estimated value $1,050, and Shonen Jump Championship Shrink, estimated value $1,200. And finally, to our number 1, Tyler the Great Warrior and the Japanese tournament Blackluster Soldier. Estimated value, name your price. I know a lot of you guys don't like ties, but you gotta hear me out on this one. These cards are both 100% one of a kind, and I don't mean that they're like really unique. I mean that there is literally one copy of each on this planet that we call Earth. The Blackluster Soldier was given out in 1999 to the winner of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship in Japan, and it was printed on, get this, stainless fucking steel. This monstrosity has a current asking price of about $10 million. So basically, if you're not working for Kyber Corporation, you have no chance of ever getting this card unless, I guess, you steal it. Tyler the Great Warrior, on the other hand, was famously made in conjunction with the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Tyler Gressel, who was diagnosed with a rare form of liver cancer. The design of Tyler the Great Warrior is pretty phenomenal, and it has a striking resemblance to Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Tyler said in a recent interview that he not only still owns the card, but he's actually received legitimate offers for upwards of $75,000. So yeah, these cards will definitely set you back, a couple of mortgages or something like that if you want to have a chance to own either copy. So let me know what you guys thought of the list. What is your favorite expensive Yu-Gi-Oh card? I hope it's not anything on this list because, yeah, these cards are all way too much money for the average player to get. Anyways, whatever you guys thought, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already. Subscribing makes life happy.